Miguel Patricio, the CEO of Kraft Heinz. Thanks for taking a few minutes for Yahoo Finance. We appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure to be with you.
Kraft Heinz came out with a business update. Walk us through some of the trends you're seeing in your business. We've talked to a lot of players in big food. They're seeing a lot of stock up because people are home because of the coronavirus. What are you seeing in your business?
Well, there were two moments. The first moment, people were just stocking up at home, and they were buying non-perishable goods, things like Kraft mac and cheese or fruit juices. But at a certain moment, when the schools closed and offices closed, so everybody's at home, now there's far more people having a regular breakfast, and there's a lunch. There's a lunch and there's a dinner that people have from home. The place to buy these goods is grocery. So sales in grocery are booming. They are very high. On the other hand, as you can imagine, on the food service part, that where we serve restaurants is down, right? Overall, I think food is growing.
And within your brands, Oscar Mayer, Kraft mac and cheese, what brands and are people gravitating to? As to your point, they're cooking from home, spending a lot more time with their families.
Yes, people are cooking from home, and I tell you, sales of almost all brands, not to say all brands, are up. The champions, for sure, is Kraft mac and cheese, Oscar Mayer, Classico, pasta sauce, fruit juices, Philadelphia cream cheese. So a lot of products very popular that in moments like these, people are looking for comfort, for familiarity. And so these are all brands that have been with consumers for a long time and brands that they love.
What does this say about the state of big food? It feels as though the past year or two, all I've heard in big food is that organic, health and wellness. And I get those trends, but in this type of environment, we've seen not just with Kraft Heinz, a lot of consumers go back to brands they remember as a kid.
You are absolutely right. People are looking for comfort. Nostalgia plays a big role, and brands that they can rely on is a moment to buy also brands that please the whole family. So brands like Heinz, brands like Kraft, like Oscar Mayer, like Philadelphia, like Capri Sun, like Planters, all brands that are very familiar to consumers. And so, that's why sales are up.
Miguel, there are a lot of people across the country really struggling. They have been laid off from their job. They're now even more paycheck to paycheck. A lot of concern out there in the economy. Have you seen trade down in the food aisle? Do you see consumers, yes, reaching for big brands that they know and trust, but also maybe navigating towards private label goods?
I don't have any data with me showing that there was an explosion or a burst in private label. I don't think that the market share has changed dramatically. I think that the industry overall has grown.
Are you having I was going to say, are you having any difficulty keeping things like mac and cheese in stock at this point? I'm in these supermarkets a good bit right now, buying stuff for myself, and there are a lot of out of stocks out there at the moment.
There are a lot of out of stocks. Not a lot of out of stocks, but there are out of stocks. But keep in mind that the problem is not necessarily the manufacturing part. You first have to manufacture, then you have to send this product to distribution centers, and from the distribution centers, bring them to grocery. So right now, there's, of course, far more trucks delivering product to grocery. So the distribution centers are full, and the supermarkets with these trucks arriving as well. So we are all working very hard, grocery, distribution, and manufacturers, to keep the shelves, to avoid them to be empty.
Now you have, I believe, 40 manufacturing plants in the United States. What's the status on those? I think a lot of folks in the food industry got a wake-up call earlier this week with Tyson closing some of its plants, I believe some of its chicken plants. What's the status of your plans?
No, we have all our plants operating at this moment. actually not only in the United States, but in the world. We have 80 plants around the world, and they are all operating. The food service ones, of course, with less production, but the vast majority in U.S. work in 3 shifts. We have, very tough procedures on sanitation and hygiene, procedures on social distancing, checking temperature of our employees, and at any sign of people feeling not very comfortable, we send them home, and we've been working on this. So I think that so far things are okay. A tough situation, tough environment, but they're okay. I want to tell you that I truly believe that our people are true heroes. They understand that they have a very important duty, big responsibility, and to feed America, they have to keep working and work very hard. And people are very proud. The morale is very high because we understand that we have a role in society that is a very important one at this moment.
Do you anticipate having to close any facilities?
No, at this moment, I'm not anticipating to close any of our plants. We had in China, at a certain moment, we had plants closed, but they are all operating normally, even in China today.
You made a very important point on the last earnings call, I believe it was in mid-February, that Kraft Heinz had gotten to a culture of cutting, cost cutting. Company is in turnaround mode. Now that things have taken a hit just from an economic standpoint, how do you balance that? Do you go back to cutting costs, or are you still moving forward with marketing increases of 30% and investing more in some of your top brands?
It is not our intention to cut any media investment in our brands. We have to adapt the message eventually, but it's not our intention to cut the budgets for media this year, not at all.
And where do you think you are at in your turnaround? In the press release you came out with updating your business, you said later this year you'll have an investor day, postponing it given the state of the coronavirus. But what should investors expect from that update? Where are some of your big bets going to be?
Well, the only reason why we postponed was for obvious reasons. What's going on now? It's impossible to bring people together for a presentation or for a discussion, and we thought that we would lose a lot. I mean, the analysts, the investors, if we would do it just digitally. So we postponed. We are not canceling at all, just for a couple of months until we all feel safer to be together. What we want to present are choices and bets and how we are going to grow the company for the long term. I think we are, more proud than ever to be in the food business. We are having a consumption of our products that is unbelievable. Penetration of our core brands are growing in households. I am expecting that after this crisis, we'll benefit from that as well. We are bringing back our products and our brands to households of consumers that for some reason had, not consumed them for a while. And now they are delighted with our brands again.
So new CEO at Kraft Heinz, you took over officially on July 1st. What has it been like for you? Because in addition to you have also brought in a whole new management team. What is it like as a new CEO managing, getting their sea legs under them, their CEO sea legs, managing through a situation like this?
No, it's been a privilege. I think that, being a company like Kraft Heinz with the brands that we have, with the reach that we have, we are present in 97, before this crisis, in 97% of the households in America. I guess right now we are in 99. And with very meaningful brands, and we are one of the key food companies in the country. The company needs, of course, a turnaround, and that is a privilege to be leading the company in that moment. I think we have a very good team. We brought some people from outside, but the vast majority are people from the company. But in all levels, there's a lot of talent, a lot of passion, a lot of dedication. Like in a moment like this, the stories that we are hearing from our factories, from our distribution centers, about the pride and the duty that our people have, I think in a way we are finding our purpose, or reconquering our purpose, which is to feed America, to feed the world.
Amidst all this, have you had a chance to catch up with Warren Buffett? Berkshire Hathaway still owns 26%. A lot of people I talk to in the street that he's maintained that position as a show of confidence in you. Have you talked to him, and if so, what type of advice has he given you just managing through the situation?
Warren is not a board member anymore. I've been talking to his team that represents him at our board. And everything that they've shown is confidence. So they've shown a lot of confidence and belief that that will make this business a much better business.
All right, let's leave it there. Miguel Patricio, CEO of Kraft Heinz, thanks for taking a few minutes. I'll say this, through the years, I've eaten a lot of your products.
Well, thank you very much.